In today's video, we will be exploring homeschooling methodologies and discussing how to find the right fit. Whether you're a seasoned vet or new to homeschooling, you probably started this journey because of the personalized education you can give your child. A part of that personalization is choosing the right methodology. The 9 we will be discussing today are the traditional approach, Waldorf, Montessori, unschooling, Charlotte Mason, unit studies, Reggio Emilia, classical, and eclectic. Get your pen and paper ready to jot down your favorites. The first one we will dive into is the traditional approach. This methodology closely resembles traditional schooling with textbooks and lectures, as well as curriculum covering core subjects like math, science, language arts, and social studies. This approach offers a structured and familiar experience with clear expectations and goals, and often makes for an easier transition from a traditional school setting. However, because of these similarities, it can also be too rigid for some families, making it difficult to accommodate learning styles and needs. The second methodology is called Waldorf education. Developed by Rudolf Steiner, this approach emphasizes holistic learning that integrates academics, arts, and practical skills. It incorporates rhythmic routines, imaginative play, and artistic expression to nourish children's intellectual, emotional, and spiritual growth. This method provides a balanced education that fosters a strong sense of community and connection. In order for this method to be successful, it does require a commitment to Waldorf principles and practices, and therefore may be less compatible with mainstream academic standards. It can also be challenging for parents without access to Waldorf-trained teachers or resources. The next method is called Montessori. Created by Maria Montessori, this is an approach that encourages exploration, self-reliance, and the development of practical life skills. Montessori fosters independence, creativity, and self-directed learning. It also encourages hands-on discovery and adapts to the child's individual pace and interests. Similar to Waldorf education, this approach will also require specialized materials and training and is typically less structured than some families prefer and may not align with traditional academic standards or testing. Methodology number 4 is unschooling. Also known as child-led learning, there's no formal curriculum, and learning happens organically through real-life experiences and pursuits, guided by the child's curiosity. Using this method allows freedom and flexibility for students to pursue their interests and passions, promotes intrinsic motivation and lifelong learning. It also fosters creativity and self-expression. However, because of this freedom and flexibility, it lacks formal structure and accountability. Therefore, it can be challenging for parents to trust in the process and let go of traditional expectations, and may raise concerns about gaps in knowledge or skills. The 5th method on our list is the Charlotte Mason method, named for educator Charlotte Mason. This is an approach that focuses on a liberal arts education with an emphasis on living books, nature study, narration, and short lessons. This method cultivates a love for learning and appreciation for living books and nature, emphasizes character development and good habits, and offers a balanced, holistic education. As with other methodologies, the Charlotte Mason method requires time and effort to implement effectively and may not provide enough structure for some students. It also can be challenging for parents to find suitable living books and resources, sometimes posing an additional financial burden. Method 6 is unit studies. In the unit studies method, learning is organized around thematic units that integrate multiple subjects and allow students to explore topics deeply through hands-on activities, projects, and discussions. This approach promotes interdisciplinary learning and connections and allows for deep exploration of a topic. Because of the unique structure this method creates, it requires careful planning and coordination. Some parents find it may be challenging to cover all required subjects adequately and can be time-consuming to find suitable unit study resources. The next method is called Reggio Emilia. This homeschooling method is child-centered and project-based, emphasizing children's active participation in their learning through exploration and inquiry. This approach fosters autonomy and creativity, promoting holistic development and involving parents in the educational process. However, it does pose an issue for some parents who may not be able to allocate the appropriate resources to work with this method. It also lacks more structure than some of the other methods and may need to be adapted to the homeschooling space, as it is typically used in group settings. Number 8 is a classical education. This methodology is based on the 3 stages of learning known as the trivium, which includes grammar, rhetoric, and logic, and cultivates a deep understanding of classical literature and history. Classical education emphasizes the mastery of foundational knowledge, critical thinking skills, and persuasive communication, as well as providing a systematic and rigorous framework for learning. This type of homeschooling approach does require significant planning and resources to implement effectively, may not appeal to all students or families, and can be challenging for parents without a strong background in classical education. The 9th and final method is the eclectic approach. This method draws from various other methods and resources to tailor education to the child's unique needs and interests. It allows for flexibility and customization based on what works best for the family, and accommodates diverse learning styles. Despite the vast amount of customization this method provides, it will require research and testing to find what works best. It also can lack coherence or consistency without a clear guiding philosophy, and can be overwhelming with too many choices and options. While there are many similarities between these methodologies, they each have their own unique features that may or may not work for your educational goals. Let us know in the comments which methodologies you're going to try out and which one worked best. Consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, keep learning.